I think going back to second density, I kind of love it. It's one of those many things that the law of one offers that has that view of how everything is moving from the nothingness back to nothingness. And it describes this path of evolution, which is called spiritual evolution. Because in essence, what happens is that awareness first manifests as what we call matter, energy. And this matter or energy is the basis of its experience. And so as it moves, it creates life forms. These life forms are naturally moving towards what we call the light, right? They're moving towards awareness. That's what it is. They're moving towards the light. They're moving towards awareness. Well, the first thing that they're going to find, these life forms, this energy that was initially quote unquote matter, it's going to seek awareness. That awareness is very primitive, as I alluded. And that awareness eventually becomes aware not only of its surroundings, which is usually what uses, to feed itself, to grow, to reproduce, and so on, to continue this beautiful dance of life, because that's what life forms are doing. So they're becoming so aware that of the environment that eventually they look within, not even within themselves, but they look at themselves and they feel as entities. That's the point in which self-awareness is trained, I guess, is endowed by itself. It's very simple. Just imagine, that your energy moving, you have no idea of anything. Suddenly you are aware of the energy that is moving and you become a life form. Okay, that's great. You still don't know that you are. You simply know that there is things, the world is, and that's the merging of awareness with everything else. And that's why we love about animals, that they don't have an ego. You see, they don't have an image of themselves. They simply are, and they have that innocence. But the babies have the same thing until they start to develop an ego, and then we can see their reactions to the environment because they are beginning to preserve that image. But that's what life is doing, right? Eventually, that awareness of the surroundings comes back to them, and they say, "Oh, I am." You see? I have the joke that in third density, that which begins third density is what ends it, the I am. Because I am is the first thing that a self-aware creature would experience. It won't say it, doesn't have to have a verbal or mental thought for this. I am is a knowledge of existence, and a center of awareness, a centering of awareness. And then we go into all kinds of escapades and wars and civilizations and philosophies and politics and empires and so on, because we have self-awareness. Eventually, how do we get out of this? How do we move from this into the next density? Well, I am. Go back to the simplicity of I am, and everything will inform you there. Because that which is the spirit that gave you self-awareness, which didn't give you self-awareness, you realized spirit, you forgot. And you went into the whole imagery of the illusion of egos and people and dynasties and my life and your life and so on. We bought this game of separation. Eventually it needs to end. How? Well, through awareness. Through the same principle, I am. So I think that's a joke. It's a cosmic joke. How we get the I am principle at the beginning stages, or at the initial stage of third density. We take that I am and we corrupt it, or use it. No, don't corrupt it. We actually just play with it. We play with all kinds of games and images and rules and laws and blah blah blah. And eventually we go back to that I am, to move out, to say I'm done with playing. This is it. Third density has served its purpose in me, and I'm ready to move on. Can't do it with the ego though, unless you fortify it in the negative path, but I'm not going to talk about that. So yeah, that's second density for you. That's what happens, and we are at that point in which we're still in a body that is second density. Let's not forget that we embody a second density life form. It's just that is so rich with self-awareness that it can do so much. You see, that's the power of humans, is to stop being humans and be superhumans, suprahumans, I would say.